What's up, Green Up guys? Alex here from the Green Up Academy podcast. Hope you guys are doing great wherever you're listening here in the world. This episode, we're going to be talking about 8 things you need to have as a business owner. 8 things you need to have as a business owner. Some of them may surprise you. They may not be what you're thinking. But I think it's going to be a really applicable, really tangible episode for you. And I think it's some things that you really need to get done within the next week after listening to this episode, guys. Very urgent, super important. Things that maybe you just haven't thought about because you're in the daily grind. So excited for this episode. Let's jump in and get going.
Welcome to the Green Up Academy podcast with Alex Kirby, where we focus on helping you level up your green industry business. Whether it's marketing, finance, employees, or strategy, we talk about everything on this show to help you apply it to your business and change your family and company's future for decades to come. Here's your host, Alex Kirby.
Well, what's up, guys? Alex here from the Green Up Academy podcast. Thank you guys for being such committed listeners to our show, man. It means so much to me. And hopefully we're going to be able to do some episodes at Equip Expo. If you guys are coming up for that, we're 7 weeks away. So looking forward to that. And I would love to have you on the show. So if you're wanting to be on the show, remember, you can email me at alex@thegreenupacademy.com. Email me, and we'd love to have you on the show. We also have a fill out form, I think, on our website. Is that right, Mac? Producer Mac? We have maybe Instagram. I think Instagram. We have a form you can fill out if you want to be on the show. So looking forward to talking to you guys at Equip, here on the podcast, wherever. But in this episode today, we're going to be talking about 8 things you need to have as a business owner, as I said in the intro. And it's things you maybe have thought about, but you kind of push off. And so I really want to encourage you to put these things urgently at the top of your list, because yes, cash flow and hiring and doing all the jobs is important, but these things are equally as important on the other side of the coin. They're the things that maybe aren't on the forefront. It's kind of like at a show where you have the actors and actresses. Well, guess what? The producer and the people you can't see are equally as important. So we're going to go through these things. I'm going to kind of explain to you why I think they're super important. All right, so let's jump into point number 1.
Hey guys, thank you for listening to this episode of the Green Up Academy podcast. I'm excited to announce our first event that we're going to be doing while all of you guys are at Equip Expo through the Green Up Academy, called the Green Up Gathering. It's going to be on October 16th, which is Wednesday night, while you're at Equip Expo. It's going to be at 6:30 to 10:30 p.m. at Main Event in Louisville, Kentucky. If you've never been to Main Event, think of it like Dave & Buster's on steroids. It's going to be so much fun. We're going to have amazing barbecue and food. We're going to have a keynote speech from me. We're going to be talking about your business moving forward in 2025 and things you can expect through us at the Green Up Academy. We're also going to be having unlimited games, unlimited arcade time, bowling, and just getting to hang out with all the people who you've met through the Green Up Academy, through the lawn and landscape industry in one place in a small setting. So it's only $60, guys. It's an amazing value. We're going to have giveaways from Ballard Products, Yeti, and much, much more. So we want you to come, and we're going to be announcing and launching this on August 12th, which is Monday night at 5 p.m. It's going to go live. And like I said, these 40 spots, we feel very confident they're going to fill fast. So make sure you do that. We're going to announce it on our Instagram, our Facebook, and through an email, and of course through our website at thegreenupacademy.com. So you guys make sure you're there. We're really excited. I can't wait to see you and meet you guys in person, those who I've talked to online for many, many years and a lot of time. So looking forward to it. Make sure you come to our Green Up Gathering.
Point number 1, what are 8 things you need to have as a business owner? Number 1, term life insurance. Okay. So I don't know if you guys have life insurance, but I'm a big believer in it, because as sad and morbid as it is, you're going to die one day, and I'm going to die one day. And hopefully it's when we're 95 to 105 years old and we live a awesome long life and we have great grandkids and we get to experience all that. But I wish I didn't have more friends that died young, or people that I knew of and they left their family with nothing. And as a business owner, you're self-employed. So your family is dependent on your income to live on. And life insurance is not a jackpot card. It's not like I am a huge advocate against whole life insurance. It's a scam, and it's about 8 to 10 times the cost of what term life is. for example, I have 2 term life policies. They cost me, one's $51 and one's $49 a month, and I think it's $2 million. So very, very affordable. You don't need that. I have needs for that because I have 3 small kids and a wife. But you can get term life very, very cheap. And if you want me to connect you with my guy, Cliff Corley, here in town, I certainly can. He can serve anybody. But your family needs to know that they're going to be taken care of. You need to take care of your family, even if the worst comes to worst. So getting term life insurance, super important, very affordable. Look, if you're literally the breadwinner of your family and you're gone, they need to have money to be able to invest, live on. So number 1, term life insurance. I know it's no fun to talk about, but super important. All right. Number 2, emergency funds, both personal and business. So you guys have heard me talk about it. On the business side, I like the 8% revenue as cash, emergency fund, operating fund, whatever. They're separate, operating fund, emergency fund. But, as long as you have that 8% there, I feel good about that. But personal, I've been talking to a lot of people about this lately, like the last 2 weeks. And like, well, I don't have that much in my personal account because I just don't want to pay myself. I'm nervous, business. Like, that's okay. I understand there's times where you may or may not, based on if you're trying to buy a truck or something. But guys, like, you need to have $10,000 in the bank as an emergency fund. I know Dave Ramsey talks about $1,000. That's like my one area I disagree with him on. I think it's much more like 10,000. For example, I don't know why he hasn't changed it because of he's been saying 1,000 for 30 years. Well, guess what? A washer and dryer costs like $800. So if it goes out, you need one. My friend, Jacob Rasmussen, shout out to Jacob. His AC just went out in his, one of our clients and friends of mine went out in his house, and it was like the number for replacing his AC unit was insane, and he can't go without it. So $1,000 just doesn't cut it. I really, really, really want you to have $10K in personal money just sitting there. And I talked to crew guys about that this week. So that's number 2. The third one is a will. Okay. So a will is, if you were to pass and it would say what everything should happen, whether it be your spouse, executing your will, or if you both were to pass, who would watch your kids, who would be in control of your kids and guardianship, what would happen to your business? Would it be liquidated? Would it be, this person gets it? All the things that happen is a ripple effect of you passing. If you don't have a will, guys, you are, with all the assets most of us have with lawnmowers and clients, monies, all property, all that stuff, you really, really need to get one. So go see a lawyer, get a will set up so that if that happens, that it won't be an absolute show, just an absolute, crap show. A will is so super important because, like for me, if my wife asked me that a few years ago, she was like, well, what happens if you pass away? What do I do with all these employees? And it really made me think like, dang, I really need to get that handled and figured out. So make sure you get a will, guys. That's number 3. Make sure you have that set up. Number 4, 8 things you need to have as a business owner. Number 4, you need to separate your assets into LLCs so you can spread your liability. Let me explain. If you have a property that your business rents from you, so like you own the property and your business pays rent to you, the property needs to be in a separate LLC from your business. So the property is owned by Sunnyside Rentals or Sunnyside Properties, and your company, Bob's Landscaping, rents from Sunnyside. It just really helps with liability. Let's say your guys hit somebody and hurt somebody in the truck, then they can't sue you personally or sue. It's a lot harder for them to grab your assets when that's the case. So you need to separate your assets into LLCs, especially property versus business versus personal. Very, very important. I'm actually about to do that for my property here. I'm about to put my property into an LLC to protect it and do a little bit of shuffling of LLCs myself. I have to look at my will and LLCs this week, as a matter of fact. It's something I'm writing down to do. I try to evaluate that every 8 to 12 months. So I think it's important to do. So make sure you have your LLCs protecting yourself. That's what I'm getting at. So that's number 4. Number 5, you need to be doing Roth or 401ks, but specifically, I definitely Roth IRAs. Roths grow that's retirement accounts, guys. These are things for you to retire. Roths grow tax-free. So you've already paid taxes on the money. You put it in and they grow tax-free. And what I like about Roths as well is they don't lock you in on the money you've put in. You can actually take back. So let's say you put in $10K and you're putting in $200 a month and you need it one day for whatever reason, you can take without penalty the money you've inserted. Now, you can't take out the growth. You will be taxed and feed on that, I believe. Not taxed, fees. You'll pay significant fees on that. But you can access the money you have personally put in. So big Roth fan, my wife and I, we just let it draw every month. I suggest you put a lump sum in if you haven't started one, and then you just start putting a couple $100 a month. And I think the max of a Roth is now up to like per person $6,800 a month. I think it moved up to $6,600 or $6,800. So you and your wife can both have one, and super important. And then if you're just a high income person, if someone listening to this has a, your company's doing $3-4 million, then you want to max out a 401k too for tax purposes. Roth 401k. Don't do just a traditional 401k, do a Roth 401k. But guys, I talked to too many of you guys who keep waiting on retirement, and you're just like, you can't wait on it because compound interest is your best friend with retirement. And so I beg you, please go get the Roth started. I DM me and I'll send you a connection with my guy, King Calcutt at Cornerstone Financial Management. Good Christian guys. They do a great job. Their fees are so minimal. It's unbelievable. And you got to get this Roth stuff started, guys. So number 5, Roth IRAs, Roth 401ks. Number 6, 8 things you need to have as a business owner ASAP. Weekly date night or time with your spouse. So this one seems obvious, but I talk to a lot of you guys and I hear about, man, I just don't have time. I'm working till 6 and I got the kids to bed and then we pass out at 8:39. And like, dude, I get that more than most. I really do. Like the exhaustion, so tiring. The life can just hit you like a fastball to the head, right? You don't see it coming, you try to duck, boom, still get hit. But you got to make time. So you got to have it scheduled. So like last night, for example, my wife and I, we go to the YMCA. It's an awesome price, like $80 a month for our family. There's a pool, there's a gym, sauna, and pickleball. So we went and played pickleball together, spent some time together, had a great time. And it was really, really fun. And so it's just good to re-energize and refocus, spending that date night, that time together. So guys, I beg you, if you're kind of telling your wife, hey, I'll hang out with you in the off season, don't put it off. It's really, really important. Make that a top priority. Weekly date nights, or time with your spouse, whether it's an hour and a half, super important. Okay. Business cannot come above your marriage and your family. Number 7, time to yourself. Make sure you pencil in, time to yourself, things you need to have as a business owner. You need to have time to yourself, whether it's going to the driving range for an hour and just hitting some balls and not thinking about anything, or going for a walk, or one of my things I've been wanting to do for years is go to the zoo by myself with a folding chair because I love animals, but I go with my kids like every 3 weeks, but it's different when you're watching your kids. So I'm going to go by myself and just watch the Komodo dragons for 30 minutes so I can be like thinking about what they do versus trying to chase my kids. So just time to yourself. Make sure you're making time for yourself. Don't just see if there's leftover time. Make time for yourself. So that's number 7, okay, guys? And then lastly, this is one of my favorites. 8 things you need to have as a business owner, and that last one is someone you're pouring into and someone that's pouring into you. So you need to be giving from the experience in the life that you have, and you need to be receiving from the life of someone else above or before you. I think it's so important to be pouring and being poured into. It's a great quote that says, you cannot pour if you have nothing to give. And so you have to be getting poured into spiritually, emotionally, physically, and then as a mentor, as someone who's doing that for you. And then you're passing it on to the next generation also, because that's what life is about. It's about impact and legacy and helping other people. So guys, I think this list is just, I love this list. I hope you do too. I just want to sit here before we sign off and say, please, 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 please take some minutes, some time, and really think through getting this done over the next week or so. A lot of these things. So again, the list is number 1, term life insurance, 2, emergency funds, personal and business, 3, a will, 4, separate your assets and LLCs, 5, retirement accounts, Roth and 401ks, 6, weekly date night times with spouse. 7, time to yourself penciled in and set. And 8, having that mentor-mentee relationship. So guys, I hope this was super helpful. And again, I just want to make sure you guys remember that I'm here for you. Whatever I can do, we are in your corner here at the Green Up Academy and myself. We do a lot of business coaching. If you guys, we really want you to join our crew for a community and accountability like we talked about with mentor-mentee. I've got spots available for business coaching. I've got kind of 3 levels. We've got the crew for $159 a month. We've got business coaching program for $299 a month, which is crew membership plus a coaching call with me every single month. And then we've got the journey program, if you're interested in that, which is very intensive, where I'm a fractional COO of your company, chief revenue officer, chief operating officer, where I come in and really help you get your business right so you can scale it to the next level. So if you're interested in any of those, make sure you hit me up, alex@thegreenupacademy.com, or you can sign up on our website. And make sure you sign up for the Green Up Gathering coming up in Louisville, Kentucky, October 16th, 6:30. There's limited spots available. Those tickets are available on our website, right there on the homepage. Make sure you sign up. But love you guys. Thank you so much for everything you do to support me. And I'm here for you anytime you need me. This is Alex from the Green Up Academy podcast signing off.